A new week begins on a Tuesday with racing coming through from the vaal. We're on the classic track for our first local meeting for the new week, and we culminate Highveld racing and the Highveld season on the 27th, where we've got 4 grade 1s and several grade 3s enlisted on our 4th and final day of the championship here on the Highveld. Well, if you have any comments to make about the weekend gone by, you can always get in touch with us on our usual handle. That is the X handle. All our contacts on the WhatsApp number. We look forward to your input as we lead into our last big week, and then we move to the coast. All right, we have had a very good weekend, barring the first two. And that is, of course, the first two horses from the Western Cape, Justin Snaith and the Crawford Drix horses. Obviously needed that run badly, but I think we'll hear more about them. But we're looking forward to getting input from Mr. Darren Burrows. We're flying solo with Mr. Burrows this afternoon as we go through the entire 8-race program. All right, let's give you a guide to the betting. It is a betting before the actual race day itself, and far-reaching, no doubt about it. Looking to make it the third winner from that form line behind the Pinatubo. Was 12-10 last night, is now into evens. Gavin Arena retains the rider for the Fanfuran stable in the colours of the Vernus family. The 6 Kindred Heart drops back in trip. That is Pierce Trading retaining the ride for the AWSM, and the Brett Crawford stable is at 3-1, 9-2, and a better bar those. Well, I've got to say it. Hearty congratulations. Pity about the first two, but big boys don't cry. I'm sure you guys made plan B and C, and eventually everything ended up well on Sunday, Mr. Burrows.
Yes, it ended up well. It started a bit shaky. In the second race, we all expected the Crawford Ricks horse to win. Raced a bit green, started lugging out, and wouldn't straighten up properly and actually run on. So that was disappointing. But Buzz Bomb, the best bet on the card, won. And Wiccan Warrior was a 5-star bet to me, and he won. He drifted 5-2 race time. So we all had a strike on that.
And then Vian's Bomb, you guys have been talking very, very highly of the horse, and it seems to be going about it the way you expected.
Yes, definitely. Bomb, yeah. That was impressive, to win first up out the maidens. I thought the eye-catching horse was Madison Valley.
Yes.
I thought a cracking run. I did mention him. He paid £5 a place. So it was a good day.
I wish you well this week. That continues. We will definitely follow. Right, let's get straight into the selections, Mr. Burrows. It is into a bipod as we start off the meeting at 12:35. We're on the classic track, and the 3 far-reaching, you've gone for it as an early strike. Get the money early, you say?
Definitely. Cecil, this horse will take a ton of beating. Very green on debut. I expect it to win.
All right, so this would, I take it, would be one of our pivots on the bipod. Let's have a look at the bipod selections. If we do, or we're staying with that win selection, that is the 3 far-reaching. Kindred Heart obviously would be one of the threats, so that is your second favorite, and a few first-timers. Let us see if money comes through. 12:35 is the off time to race number 1 of 4 racing. Welcomes you, maiden juvenile plate with fillies, and we're going over the 1,000 meters. That is the first of 8. All right, on we go with the preview to Tuesday racing, and it looks a very nice card. We're still in juvenile company as we get to race number 2. Now, race 2, this will be for the male counterparts. The first one was for the fillies. This is a tap Telebet 0861 000822, a maiden juvenile plate. Again, the 1,000 meters is a trip. And the early indicators as far as the markets are concerned, well, it looks to be the best bet. Number 7, Ready, Set, Fire. Well, it has been made best bet by many pundits, 7-10. Number 1, Baynak is at 7-2, 5-1 the 3. Chocolate Soldier, 11-2 the 4. French Bolt, it is 12-1 and better bar those. Are you in the camp of labeling the 7, Ready, Set, Fire, one of the better bets on the afternoon, Mr. Burrows?
Not really. This is the horse that I thought is beatable. I mean, obviously has the form. Second to Pistol Pete, third to Fire Attack. But that was in maiden company. It wasn't one of those features.
Yeah.
And, obviously, the horse to beat. But I thought there is opposition from first-timers such as Baynak.
Yeah.
There's been market support, and Pierce Stradum takes the ride. A lot of speed in the pedigree. So this could be anything. And Chocolate Soldier. Now, have you seen how much pace this horse shows? I mean, he skips 3-4 lengths clear over 1,200 meters and only fades the final 200, and they dropped him back to 1,000 meters. And they do rate this horse to run him in the nursery. So I wouldn't ignore Chocolate Soldier at a decent price. I thought he was a nice place bet in the race. Not much else to consider other than the other first timers. So, yes, Ready Set Fire, probably the horse to beat, but healthy respect for Baynak and Chocolate Soldier.
Thank you very much. And there it is at the 3 Chocolate Soldier. That could be a good place bet at around a 5 to 1. Had that debut on the 28th of March behind another useful sort, one more, and then straight into a nursery, as pointed out by Mr. Burrows. That's enough time to race 2 of the first leg of the PA. 7 to 10 is the 7 Ready Set Fire, and easier to back the 3 Chocolate Soldier at 5 to 1. Okay, so don't forget, you can get in touch with us as we lead up to the big weekend here on the Highveld, the last big weekend for a while. And that is via our X handle, formerly Twitter, or our WhatsApp contact details. Now we go to the older horses. It's a place soccer 6, 10, and 13 maiden plate. It's over the 1,000 meters. First leg of the pick six gets underway at a 1:45. And here we have a 16 to 10 favorite in the veteran of 11 maiden runs, and that is number 4, Enchanting Lady. Gavin Larina aboard for the 4th time. He ran his second last time, and that is at 16 to 10, 2 to 1, the 3, What a Lucy. The 9, just the two of us, is at 9 to 2, 6 to 1 about the 5, Magic Secret. It is 14 to 1, and better bar those. I hope I'm going to read your mind and say 16 to 10 in a field like this, where you've got improvers like the Lucky Udalagas charge and the Michael and Adam Azzi charge is a little bit on the skinny side, Mr. Burrows.
Definitely, I agree with you there. You know, you got that form line behind Wait for Green Light. Enchanting Lady ran second. You had Magic Secret, number 5, who ran third. And Just the Two of Us, number 9, who ran fourth. Now, Just the Two of Us is going to improve on that debut. There was market support from 7 to 1 into 3 to 1. There was excuses when I looked in the computer form. I'm not sure if the saddle slipped or what, but I can't recall what the excuse was, but there was something amiss. And this horse just faded late out of contention. I expect her to probably turn the tables on Enchanting Lady and Magic Secret with natural improvement. And then the obvious danger could be What a Lucy, but she's rested since August 2023. We don't know of her well-being, but she is coming back over the minimum trip, so could be running fresh. A tricky race. I've gone the safe route in the pick 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10.
Thank you very much, and I think that looks to be the way to go for that first leg of the pick six, the maiden plate over the 1,000 meters, where it is Enchanting Lady in the Stakehoven colours that is hoping to break that maiden at the 12th time of asking. It's an off time of a 1:45, and the distance is 1,000 meters, race number 3 on the classic track of the Vaal. Right, we are completing the first half of an 8-race program. And when we look ahead to race number 4, it's another maiden plate, but the distance, if we step up to 2,000 meters, and here we have an odds-on favorite, has contested the Derby trial and the Derby itself, and seemed to really relish racing against winners and the horses that had a better form, and that is Taxhaven. Is at 7 to 10 and will be the mount of MK Kachetti once again in race number 4 for Paul Matchett, and that is in the red at 7 to 10. Looking at the rest, the 3 Dark Silver 9 to 2, number 4 Guru Gold 11 to 2, 10 to 1 the 2 Doni, and then it's 15 to 1 and better bar those. Has seen a lot of the tracks in the last month or so, Taxhaven, but seems to take that racing well. Surely it has to be on a Tuesday, Mr. Burrows.
Definitely. Cecil, this horse ran 5th in the Derby Grade 1, beaten 3 lengths by Purple Pitcher. I mean, he started 150 to 1. He was the only maiden in the race. We expected him to run tailed off. And he beat Marauding Horde home. He ran 3 lengths behind a horse with a rating of 124 off a 78. So, I mean, if he had to reproduce that kind of run, that Derby run in a maiden field, he would win by 10 lengths easing up. But he only beat home Dark Silver, number 3 on the card, by a short head behind Claw.
Yeah.
That was over 2,000 meters. I'm just hoping that they go handy, they bowl along, because he's an out-and-out stayer, and he is looking for 2,400 meters plus. but if given a confident ride, I expect him to get out the maidens. His dangers would be Dark Silver, a horse like Karoo Gold, and maybe Dragon, or Douglas Dragon, should I say.
All right, so that is the race number 4. I see Douglas Dragon. Big improvement last time out in the work riders in the last race of the afternoon is to be partnered by Mr. Pierce Stratum, rather, for Mark Khan. That is race number 4, 7 to 10. Tax Haven for Paul Natchet and the young apprentice, Mr. Kachedi. All right, so as we get into the second half of the card, a reminder, you can get in touch with us via our handle on X, formerly Twitter, or our WhatsApp number. Now, we've lost number 1 at Terra Time, recently sold without engagements, but I'm sure we will see it in different colors in time to come if we're still racing on these shores. Leaves us with a field of 8 for a very, very competitive fillies and mares 85, where the 3 Donamo tops the boards once again at 2 to 1, 7 to 2. I Am Regal, 9 to 2 about the 4 Poor Little Rich Girl, 11 to 2 about the 5 Special Charm. It is 13 to 2 and better bar those. So this field of 8 now, after the scratching of the 1, 4 of them met behind I Am a Regal, and of course there is the top 2 once again, renewing rivalries with the weight turnaround in favor of the favourite.
Yes, this is a tricky race, but if you look at Donamo, now this horse has been in cracking form. She ran second to I Am Regal last time out. She's 2 kilos better off at the weights, but there's not going to be much separating them at the line because I Am Regal won a cracker, and she could be back to best. A very underrated rider, Melissa Kajedi, a very nice rider. I like his style, his action. He'll give I Am Regal every chance. Donamo is still the horse to beat, best over 2,000 meters. Poor Little Rich Girl, Pierce Stratum, Brett Crawford. This has got to be a runner. That win against 12 Cut was impressive. It's only her last run that was a bit below par. And then touching on 2 more runners, Quiet Rebellion will strip fitter. She's got ability. And the bottom weight, Ariel's Jet with the cheek pieces first time. This filly can get involved. I know Erica Verdeni's rates her quite highly.
Thank you so much. That is race number 5, the first leg of the final jackpot, and we've got the banker still to come in leg number 3. That'll be race number 7, but quite wide in race number 5. The horses he's touched on already, adding in the 2 Opera Glass. All right, let's get to race number 6 on the card. And in fact, race 6, this will be stepping up to the 2,000 once again. The last 2,000 meter event was race number 3, where we had, of course, the recent 5th placed Derby entrant there, Tax Haven, back against fellow maidens. Now, in race number 6, let's have a look at the size of the field. It is a 9-runner field. And looking at the early betting indicators for race number 6, the favorite is number 5, Gilda Gray, 33 to 10, 9 to 2. About numbers 1 and 4 and 7, they being a Crimson Forest, Ideal Future, and Ashanti's Sword. 5 to 1 and better bar those. Mr. Burrows, race number 6, a different proposition to the last race and the race before that, where we had an outstanding first choice in race number 6. I know Gilda Gray has been good to you in the past. Are you siding with that one as the one to beat?
Well, I'm not sure if she'll take a part. I mean, she did run on Saturday behind a Place in the Sun, and she was beaten 8 lengths, but that was over 2,600 meters, which was stretching her stamina. She's got to have a chance of taking a part. She's got 55.5 with apprentice Liaba, and must have a chance. Now, Ashanti Sword could be interesting because Mark Khan has given her a couple of sprint ups over 1,000 meters, 1450, and straight up to 2,000 meters. Obviously, her fitness is ready for this trip. I wouldn't ignore her chances. Ideal Future interests me a lot. She's got 4 kilos off her back. Her last run over 2,000 meters, she got beat a length by Be Real. And I think the 2,600 meters may be a bit on the far side last time out. Others to consider, you've got to include Crimson Forest. She ran in the Oaks trial, only beaten 3 lengths by Francis Ethel. That's the eye-catching run of hers. And then Pretty in Pearls and Khaki Boss have outside chances as well as Bad Hair Day. I've touched on pretty much the whole field, excluding numbers 6 and 8.
Okay, the form update, by the way, Gilda Gray, as Mr. Burrows points out, ran recently. That finished 5th, 8.75 lengths behind A Place in the Sun, and that was over the 2,600 meters. Saturday gone at Turventine on the inside track. So that is the form update. Fifth, 8.75 lengths behind A Place in the Sun. Number 5, Gilder Grey. That's a pick 3, and that will be a last chance to get involved in a pick 3 at 3:30. 1,600 meters, a trip for our penultimate event, last leg of the first jackpot, and it is a racing today, merit rated 80, which will be that event in a race number 7, and no scratchings come through, and no changes at this early juncture. Just having a look at the betting for race number 7. Top in the boards is number 2, Foster Nova at 28 to 10, 3 to 1 the 1. King's Express, number 3, 2 miles west, 4 to 1. Also 4 to 1 is a 5, Leeson. It is 7 to 1 about the 6. So Golden Pavilion, 12 to 1 and better, bar those quoted runners. Well, Foster Nova remains over the 1,600. The last run was behind a Scallywag, and that was a 5 1/4 lengths at third. Are you in favor of the favorite? I know that Gavin has a knack of actually timing his rides when he thinks that the rating is good and the field is weak enough or strong enough to take on. This is when he goes back on these regular rides like Foster Nova.
Well, Cecil, I made mention on Waiter to Win a while ago that Foster Nova is probably a sprinter.
Yeah.
And they've been campaigning him over 14, 16 for quite some time. He hasn't delivered. So for that reason, I'm going to go look past him and say King's Express is very hard to beat.
Okay.
This horse, he's got the 4 kilo claimer. So he got a 6-point penalty, but now the 4 kilos off accounts for 8 points. So he actually comes in here well in, pretty much no penalty from that last victory. And I think he's going to take a power of beating. He's back to best. He did show ability early. He went off the boil. Now he's back. He beat Mardi Gras last time out in an 80 handicap. That was a good win with 59.5 kilos. And he's only had the 10 starts for 3 wins and 2 places. Stable's in form. I think King's Express was valued around 3 to 1 or 33 to 10. Healthy respect for Foster Nova. I looked at his dam, Touch of Tuscan. She won once over 1,000 meters. So there is a lot of speed in the pedigree, and I'm still waiting for them to drop him back to the sprinting trips. Even though this is the weakest field he's taken on in quite some time, he's still got a definite winning chance. Of the rest, Leeson dropping in trip. He's done well for the Lensley stable after a lengthy layoff. He comes into the race with a chance, and Golden Pavilion as well as 2 miles west. I'm going King's Express quite strongly.
Okay, King's Express, a win proposition there as is confirmed on our slide. That is in the colors, the lucky colors of Mr. Dylanch and Sammy in partnership with the Georgian John Nassif and the Tri-Deal 16 nominee Mr. Zaki Nassif. That's race 7 off at 4:05 on Tuesday.